Welcome to Undrafted Hockey Fan. I am Brad. Today we're talking about the Red Wings, and they're out of the playoffs. They, in January, were in first in the division, and they now finish sixth in the division. Season's not even over. They still have a couple games left. They have 2 games left, and in the division, looking at the standings right now, they're just their division. I mean, Toronto's not going to catch them. They're going to finish sixth. And at the start of the year, I talked about this. I said, man, in my gut, I had them finishing sixth in the division. I just didn't think that the team there wasn't enough things happening to feel like, in my gut, I said six. And I have a video. Like, look at the start of my video, like way back before the season. I said six. I said it out loud, and I said it on camera. I said six, and then in the middle of the recording, I changed it to fifth. And I was like, and I even said, maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm just like, I wanted enough that I was like, hey, just delusion yourself. Like, hey, they can do it. And there was so much. I think at that one point they had like an 86 or 89% chance of making the playoffs. And it just fell. It fell so hard. And I mean, I made a video a couple weeks ago. I said, who does this fall on? And I talked about it like a couple weeks ago. And there's definitely, I mean, it's both Yzerman and the team. You have to bring pieces in. Free agency wasn't going to do it. But I've been talking about this for years now. And Yzerman's talking about it for years. He's been preaching patience, and that you talk about Yzerman's like, hey, you need to do the draft, and you get to the free agency, and we know that everyone knows that. Like, you can't, like, you're not going to make steal trades anymore. You're not going to, there's just so much analytics on these guys. It's hard to find these guys, these diamonds in the roughs, right? You have to get lucky drafting. Like, Red Wings got, Yzerman did well with Emmett Finney this year. And to me, I even said it. I said it before the year. I said, I don't think this is a year that they should go for the playoffs. I think there's too many good teams now. I mean, coming in, it was Florida. Like, even before Buffalo, we knew Buffalo was going to be good, right? They're finishing number 1 in the division, right? I think they're going to finish number 1 in the division. I think they have it locked. They don't have it locked. No, Tampa could still take it, or Montreal, but they're currently sitting in it, right? I didn't believe in Buffalo. Like, who did? And I said, you have Senators made the playoffs last year, Montreal made the playoffs last year, Toronto, Lightning, and Florida. I was like, there's 5 teams right there that you have to be better than. And the only team that I said the Red Wings I think are better than or could be better than are the Ottawa Senators. And it's just incredibly frustrating because there's the logic and there's the heart, and I let the heart make me feel like they're going to make it. And it's such a bummer because I think it's also like a compilation between what you're talking about with, by the way, hit like and subscribe, by the way. I'm going to just kind of go, let it flow. There's no organization with this episode. It's just a, hey, I want to get all my feelings out. We want to talk about what's happened with Yzerman, what happened with the team, what I want to see next year. Yeah, it's just, I'm not going to talk about the last 2 games. I'm not going to talk about them. I mean, the thing is, they're winnable games. It's against the Lightning, who are probably going to sit a bunch of people. Maybe they might sit on. They might, but they might just want to. Might want the division lead, so maybe they'll suit them up against the Red Wings to beat them. And it's Panthers, who are just being bad, so they don't care. So it's a winnable game too. And it's just so much. They just let these things come out of their control, right? I think they said the stat was I think it was 7 of the last 7. There's 7 games the Red Wings were winning with 10 minutes left, and they go on to lose that game in regulation. So they don't even get a point. And it's like, there's 7 points right there. Like, 7 points, those extra 7 points. Hell, if you get 3 of them, you're at 94 points. You're still in the hunt. You're still only 2 points behind Boston. You get 4 of them, you're 1 point behind. And it's just so, it's just disheartening because, you're I believe in the Yzerman plan. I'll be honest. I mean, I think Yzerman has mess ups. I think he should take bigger swings. Like there's some draftees that I would like better. Like he went Nate Danielson. I thought he should go on Benson. Like I think MBM looks good, but like I was like, I don't know if I would have gone that pick either. Like there's just some things that I'm like, I wish he would have done differently. I thought he should pick Wallstead over Kosa. We'll see. Kosa's gonna be up next year. He'll be the backup. Like he might end up being better. That's still out. The jury's out there. You know, I remember when I told my wife this, and I remember saying this out loud. The Sherratt deal when he first got signed, I was like, oh my God, some idiot is going to sign Sherratt to such a big deal. And then he got signed as like, fuck, that's my idiot. So, like I said, Yzerman's my favorite player ever, you know? And so it's disheartening to see this. And the thing is, I don't even put this all on Yzerman. Like there wasn't many trades to be made this offseason. There wasn't any, like no one, he signed who he could. And Casper had a garbage year. Like the sophomore slump happened. He was a really bad sophomore slump. Finney was a bright spot. NBN looked good for a little bit. Like ASP looked decent for a little bit. He got sent down, of course. Like, but I said it like at the trade deadline. I said, and we're talking. I didn't think they should have traded for anybody. I think anything you want to trade a second round pick, anything besides a first round pick, trade it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And I said, I don't think you should trade a first round pick just because I don't think it was a year. I didn't believe in the team enough. I just think they didn't have enough depth, which was proven, right? We saw that. And I said, if you don't trade a first round pick, you can afford to miss. And I had a video. I was on with Hockey Town Rundown with their live with the trade deadline. I said, if you trade a first round pick, you're expected to make the playoffs. And I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. I hoped they were, and I was holding on a chance, right? Just like everybody else. I said, you trade for first round picks are traded for people who are buyers and who are making the playoffs. You know who trades first round picks? Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche, like Carolina Hurricanes. They don't even have traded for first round picks and they're making the playoffs anyways. Like Toronto was doing it. Florida was doing it. Like it's things those are the teams, the high end teams that do that. Like they trade first round picks. Like, and so that's kind of where I'm like, you are a full on contender. And mind you, you get Falk for an extra year. Like that's great, right? But we're standing here with Yzerman had traded for a first round pick, and not protected at all. No 10, not top 10 protected. That was a huge screw up there. That's gives me a bit more. That gives me more anxiety because if they draft 12th, like I'm not too worried about that. If they draft, like let's say they finish 15th, or they would be drafting 15th, let's say, and they move up to 5th. I'm gonna be furious. I'm gonna flip tables. You can come on here, like documentation, like it's gonna be bad. And Falk just didn't. He had a couple goals, which is great, but he didn't step up the way that you would like to have seen for a first round traded pick. And I think there was relied too much on, like too much was relied on him. And like, what could you have done with the first round? I mean, again, they don't have a first round pick. It is what it is. So you have Falk for next year. Your D is fully locked up. Like you're set because I mean the only person that's going to walk is like Hamonic, and then probably ASP takes a spot too. But yeah, you just relied too much on a Sider, Raymond, DeBrincat, and Larkin, and Kane. And Kane's not someone you can rely on long term. So in your top six, you have reliably four for the next couple of years. You have Kane. Maybe he signs for next year. I think you keep him. I think he's a good influence in the locker room. I think he's a high caliber. I think he can talk. Like he's good enough lead in the locker room. He puts up enough points in the number of games he plays. I think you keep him. You still need to fulfill the top left wing. But there's just like I've always believed go through the draft. I said the Red Wings weren't ready, and I wanted them to believe again. I'm not saying this because I thought I was right. I'm saying this because I was frustrated that it happened this way. And the signs were there, I guess, because there was no, I mean, like who they get in the offseason? Like Appleton, like Hamonic, JBD. JBD's, I mean, that you resign him, right? That's cool. And it's a bunch of rookies. Like there was no like huge swings. I mean, JVR did fine for what he was, right? Like, I'm not mad at like JVR was again a veteran guy. You can't rely on him long term, but he's a guy that you can, he's there. So it's like, what does this look like moving forward? Because to me, it's again, it goes back to like, and I said this a long time ago. Again, this is another thing I said a long time ago. Like, and I didn't like the feeling of this. And by the way, I'm wearing a Larkin jersey. Like, so, but I talked about this. I talked about there's two cores in this team. I don't know if Larkin will be around for the next core, for the next, like, he'll be, I think, 30 this year, which is not bad, right? You have guys that play your number one seed that are, I mean, there's excellent guys like, you have Crosby, you have Kopitar's doing phenomenal. You have these old guys are doing great, but one of the things Larkin is it's a speed that you rely on, and he's 29. He'll turn 30 over the summer, so you have to consider what's the plan with him. DeBrincat looks amazing. He's up for an extension this year. Like, do you re-sign him? He's going to be he'll be 28 at the start of the next year. He's 28 now. But like, do you sign him to a 7-year deal? So he's 35. Like, I mean, he's not known for his speed, right? Like, I think you keep him. I think you sign him to I think you keep him long term because I think he's still he's what you want in a player. Like, he has the aggression. He's only 5'8". He plays like he's 6'4". He scores goals. He's the heartbeat. He's high energy, high effort. Like, I think you really like that. You keep him around. You extend him this offseason. I mean, Falk had a great year. Kopp had a great year. JVR, by the way, had 30 points this year in 70 games. Great. That's a great depth guy, right? And Mifidi, what a win. 30 points in 80 games. What a win for a 7th-round pick. That's phenomenal. I think it was 2023, I think he was drafted. Like, that's phenomenal. That's great. 2023 7th-round pick. Like, you could have done better on that one. Like, Edmondson did fine. Axel did fine. Like, Axel and Edmondson were not far off in point totals. Simon had 25. Axel had 21. So do that with what you may. But like, something like Comfer, 27 points in 80 games. Like, we need more. Like, we need more from you, bud. Like, you're gonna be here for a bit. I would be okay. I don't know if you move him because I don't know if it's gonna cost too much to move him. Like, unfortunately. Rasmussen, I've been saying trade him for a long time. I think he had his value a couple years ago. I thought you should trade him to Vancouver because I think he's from BC. I think they'd take him. Appleton, like, that didn't work out. Sherratt is a good leader in the locker room. I'm great, but like, did you have to extend him? The problem is there's also, like, you look at the UFAs this year. There's no one. Like, you kind of like Ben Sherratt. I can see you moved on to a third pair. Maybe Johansson comes to second pair. Like, that's something you can do too. Like, Danielson went down, but like, again, Shine was a phenomenal story. Again, it's incredibly frustrating because I'm just like, what do we do? Like, and Gibson had a monster year. Like, he started off garbage, and then he got so much better. He's still going to finish. He still had a 903 save percentage, a 267 like goals against. Not the best, but it's still good. Like, he still had he had more wins than losses. So, again, it's just Talbot didn't really do much. He hasn't had a great year, but again, you're gonna have Costa next year. So, kind of just a referendum on the year. It's just you're missing for the 10th year. Like, it's the 10th year that you're missing. And I've been talking about this again as a Red Wings fan. The first 3 years of the rebuild, like, were Holland, right? Holland, they missed the playoffs in 2016, or maybe 2016 was the last time. Yeah, they missed the playoffs in 2016, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, either way. So you have 16, 17, 18. And 19 is when Yzerman took over. So we're now going into finishing Yzerman's 7th year with the team. 2016, 2026. Or 2019, 2026. And I've held to that Holland says, like, Ken Holland talked about this, love him or hate him. He brought cups here. He did a great job. Whatever he did with the Oilers is another story. But again, he had cups. He has some experience. He says a full teardown rebuild takes 8 to 10 years to do right. And so we're in year 7. And the Red Wings got really close to making the playoffs a couple times, like twice. And so we're still waiting for some of those guys to hit. Like, we're looking at the Red Wings, like, some of the prospects, like we're still waiting for them to hit. Like it just takes time. These things take time. And you're looking at like what they're made up of. Like you have Emmett Finney, Lucas Raymond, Carter Mazer, Marco Casper, Edvinson, Sider, Johansson. These are all guys that played on a regular basis this year, and they are Yzerman draftees. You also had Nygaard got some games, okay? Axel Cindy Pellica got some games. Nate Danielson got some games this year, right? Kosa is going to be up next year. And you're starting to see this team fill out with the draftees, right? And so with you need to like, you understand that like these teams, like the team is going to be good. Like it is going to be good. As incredibly frustrating as it is, they are very close to being there. And there's when he wasn't kidding when he talked about patience. Like it does take patience. It takes guys to flourish. Like Carter Mazur's not finally up, right? And he's healthy. Like who else is going to be coming up next year? Let's see. Like Alex Doucette, you probably won't let him walk, right? Like Amadeus Lombardi, he'll probably get signed and come on up as well. Let's see. You just signed Dylan James. You just signed Noah Nielsen. You got Eddie Gember coming up. Like there are some good guys on this team, and I'm kind of just like they're getting there. You have down in the AHL, you have William Molinder. Maybe he comes up, right, as a seventh defenseman, right? Shai Booyam's got another year. Anton Johansson's down in Grand Rapids. Like there are guys coming up again. You just got Augustine down in the he just signed his ELC. He's now down in the Grand Rapids. Okay. You have Kosa. Like there is so much happening, and their prospect pool, like I just read a ranking. They're still fourth. They're still like the fourth best prospect pool. And it's like, these guys are coming. They're coming in a huge wave. And I'm a little salty on Yzerman not bringing these guys up sooner. Like it would have been cool to have seen like an Amadeus Lombardi, like get a taste of what he's up to. Right. You like, there's so many other guys like I would have Nate Danielson would have stayed up a little longer. Like you're either selling hope or you're selling winning. And right now I think they're trying to do both. Like Finney earned a spot. Axel, I would say probably out of his depth. Like they should have had a right-handed defenseman take over for that in the first place. So Nate was overworked, right? Like that's okay. But like I would like to see Costa a little more. Maybe we see him at the end of this year, right? Like I would like to see Michael Branson Nygaard, and he just got called up for emergency conditions, so probably be up for tomorrow. I think for the rest of the season, like the next two games, you scratch Larkin. You put him on injury reserve, but Raymond on injury reserve. Like you bring guys up and just let them show what they got. Like bring Nate Danielson up, let him play center. Like I think you just like let these guys come up and see what you got. Bring Amadeus Lombardi. Like bring some people up here and show like, hey guys, I know this year is frustrating, but there's more to this. Like we can get this done. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm just so incredibly frustrated. So I'm really looking forward to the future. I'm incredibly frustrated at that the Red Wings are doing so good, and they were looking so hot at the start of the year, and they came down so hard. And again, it's not, like I'm mad, but I'm more like heartbroken, and it's like like it's such a bummer because like they're there, they were so close, like it's and I think there's a lot of these guys that need to be just traded and moved, right? They just need to be moved and traded. Looking at this roster for next year, like I depending on Perron, I might bring him back because he's just a good heart. I don't know if he has the production. I mean, with the Red Wings, let's see, he produced only 2 points in 14 games. Yeah, I mean, if he plays in the bottom six, maybe, but like I don't know if you keep him. Like I don't know if you can. Let's see. You move Rasmussen, like get him, trade him off. Appleton, I don't know if I don't really want him. You can bring JVR back again. I liked him. Like Comfer, like he's got a 10-team no trade clause. I don't know if you can trade him. I'm so disappointed. That's the thing, is it's just so disappointing because, and also by the way, JT Comfer's like one of your only right-handed centers, so it's kind of a bummer. I think he's your only right-handed center. Dylan shoots left, Cop shoots left, Rasmussen's left. Like he's your only right-handed center, which just sucks as well. But like, can we offer shoot somebody? Can we what can you do? Like who do you look at and who needs a reset? I mean, I know that what's his face? Vancouver's talking about needing wanting young project players like Rasmussen. Like he has been good in the past. It's been a while, right? But like in 21-22, he had 66 or he had 27 points. So his highest only hit was 33 points, but that was in 2023-24. Like if we look at some like Griffin stuff, he was like 22 points in 35 games. Like in the WHL, he had 59 points in 47 games. Like, so there's stuff here for him. Like, but I want to move him. Like, I think I'm done with him. Like, I just think there's so much revamp. Like imagine like how cool it's gonna be when you have like Carter Mazur down in the bottom six. Like, hopefully Marco Casper steps up and maybe he makes a like a middle six, a good middle six, like third line role, or like a top line left wing. And then Finney, like he's just 20 years old. He's gonna put on a ton of weight for next year. Like Hamnick's gonna be gone. So maybe again, you bring up what's his face? Wallinder up maybe as your seventh defenseman, right? And then next year you bring up who else? Amadeus Lombardi. That'd be cool. A Nate Danielson comes up, right? A Branson Nygaard comes up. There's Ikosa comes up. Like it's so exciting. And we saw that with like Montreal last year. Like they were so young, but it was so exciting. And I'd rather have rookies up here who are like showing what they got, or in the lineup, than and like learning, than having guys who you already know what they are, right? Like, and I like to make Mason Appleton. I was like, oh, it's a decent signing, right? Didn't work out, and it's okay. Just move off from your mistakes, and that's okay. You can just move off your mistakes. And so I'm just like, I just want to see. I don't even know that much change needs to happen. Like, I'm bummed that Falk didn't work out well, right? Like Johansson's looked really good overall for what he is, right? I don't know how long he sticks to the team, but like he's looking good. Like, Hamonic was garbage, dude. How bad was Hamonic? That was a bad signing back in August. He only played 25 games this year. He had 2 points. Brutal, dude. I mean, yeah. So like I would rather you just brought someone else up. Like, who would you have brought up as a right-hand defenseman? Tuomisto, maybe. Like, maybe bring up William Wallinder instead. Maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, there's so many other guys you could have done. Like, it's disheartening. And so I'm looking towards the future now. Like, again, we just talked about some rookies that can be up here next year. What does Grand Rapids look like? Like, that's kind of exciting. Like, who are they getting? They can Trey Augustine, who just won the Mike Ritcher Award for best goalie in NCAA. I think he's won it twice now. Let me look at it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's won it twice at this point, and which is crazy. Or he was us last year, I'm pretty sure. So he was also a let's see. Yep, he was there. And then he also was in the Hobey Baker Award for best player in the he got Big Ten recipient for best goalie. He was a top 10 finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, which is MVP of the NCAA. That's phenomenal. Then you also had another Hobey Baker finalist who was part of it. You have Max Plante from Minnesota Duluth. He actually ended up winning it with 56 points in 39 games, 21 goals, 35 assists. And he would be great on Grand Rapids, but he's actually going to go back and play with his brothers. He played with Zam Plante, and Victor Plante is coming up next year. So all three of them will be able to play on the university team together, which is very cool, which means he might win the Hobey Baker again next year, which is crazy. And maybe he'll put in a plug to try and get the brother, draft his brother, Victor. The Red Wings could. Victor Plante is projected to go 43rd overall in this year's draft. The Red Wings have a second round pick. It's 48th overall. So there's a chance, like, move up in the draft and get the brother. It'll be like the Hughes brothers 2.0. And so again, he ends up winning. He wins the Hobey Baker Award, which is the best MVP award, right? So he had 1.44 goals per game. The player, and he was also drafted in 2024, so he's still young. Like, he's still like 20. So these guys, I see Plante. I just saw it. Yep, Max Plante. He's 20 years old, right? Like, so he turns 21 next year in February. So he just turned 20 years old. So this guy, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's very exciting. He won MVP. Do you know who else has won MVP, the Hobey Baker Award in college? Johnny Gaudreau, Jack Eichel, Macklin Celebrini. Is he going to be these guys? Most, but just to show you, like, this is how it's exciting for this kid. This is how exciting it is for him and for the Red Wings. That these guys are coming up. They're starting to make moves. They're starting to look really good. Like, it does take time for these guys to come up. And Yzerman has tried to get free agency guys to come in to fill these spots. And it just takes time. It just takes time. I'm willing to wait. Again, if they didn't trade a first round pick, I would not feel this way just right now. I'd be like, it's okay. Like, they save the first round pick. They can, get somewhere. Or they can trade the draft or something like that. You might be able to trade for Falk during the summer for like a second round pick. So is an example. Anaheim at the trade deadline last year wanted Anton Johansson and a first round pick for Gibson. Yzerman ends up trading like a second, a fourth round pick, and like Peter Mrazek, like at the trade deadline at the draft instead. So like you can get it way cheaper at the draft, right? Then you don't get him for the playoff push. That's fine. Like, again, I think it's just, again, it's heartbreaking is the right word. It's just heartbreaking. So they need to make a big move. They need to make a big trade. There's talks about it potentially being Robert Thomas as a like. So if you're going to double down on this core, on this Larkin, DeBrincat core, because it's the start of the core. That's the older core. The younger core is the Siders and the Raymonds, who are 25 and 24. And Costa, of course, Costa's 23, I want to say. So, like, these are some guys that if you want to bet on, if you want to build around them, that's fine. You can. Then you got to bring someone in like a Jason Robertson. Like, you want to offer sheet Jason Robertson for four first round picks? Let's go. Let's even see if they did offer sheet eligibility. So, if you did, I think we'll see Dallas. It should be. Oh, it's not in Dallas. Dallas is not here. So, or you could offer sheet like Cutter Gauthier, Colin Graff, we're not going to do, but like, hey, there's a couple. Alexander Nikishin. You need to make a big swing, or you need to bring a bunch of young kids up. I'm okay with either. Like, if Yzerman wants to bet around Larkin and DeBrincat, see, that's also what I want to get behind too. Like, I thought it was kind of bitchy that Larkin's like, oh yeah, we thought we were going to get some help. Which, by the way, if you say something like that, where you're like, yeah, I just thought we were going to get some help, that's an indictment on your team, like the team who's playing in your locker room with you. So maybe it's on you to lead your guys to step up. So, it makes that little bitchy move. Hated that Larkin said that. And again, I hated it. I also loved it because I love the drama and I want players to be honest. But I'm just like, okay, you wanted this? Okay. So Yzerman went out and got someone. He got Justin Falk, like, who is an established second pair right defender, right? Like, and he was having a good year. I mean, if we look at what he was doing before, he in St. Louis, he was looking really good. 32 points, 61 games, so over half point per game player. Even with the Red Wings, only 15 games played, but he still had 6 points. So it was about 4 points every 4, 5, 10 games. Would like a little bit better, right? But his total points, like at one point in 22-23, he hit 50 points. Like, I mean, yeah. So I'm just kind of like, what are we doing here, guy? Like, it didn't work out as well, but like, you got the help. Like, you went out and got help, and they're like, we were injured. Everybody's injured, bud. And mind you, Red Wings were sitting on top of the division because other teams were injured. And then other teams got healthy. And then if you got a little injured too, maybe you should have got a bigger gap. Or maybe you're just not as good. Like, maybe just the fact that you guys were taking advantage of teams that were already injured and you got to the first year division. I think they were at one point they were third in the league. And you started to fall down so quickly because other teams got healthy. Maybe the quality of your talent is just isn't there. And so that's where we got to make a change. And by the way, like, I don't want to trade Larkin because you're going to lose the trade. Like, you just are. Like, the Eichel trade, like, Buffalo lost that. They got Peyton Krebs. Alex Tuck is looking nice. They got a first round pick. I don't know if he's going to work out. Like, but like you'd rather have Eichel. Like, let's be honest. Like, and Larkin has a full no move clause until 28, 29. And at that point, he'll be 33, 32. So, and it's a 10-team trade, though. So you can only trade him with 10 teams. So he's going to decide where he wants to go. And then he is going to screw the, like, he's going to, like, they're not going to get as much as they want from him. They're going to get picked that maybe it's like a 16th overall or something like that, which is not like a high enough. Like, you're going to end up being wanting to rather have a Larkin. And also, like, he's from Detroit. Like, he's the captain. Like, he just said, I think he has the 10th most goals as a Red Wing, like, in Red Wings history or something like that. Which is great. He just beat Shanahan or something like that. Most points, something. I don't know. Either way, like, you're just like you're not going to win that trade. You need to bring you got to keep. He's just too good. Like, he just is such a leader on the team. He's leading the team in points. He's over a point per game. He has 83 points. He's going to finish with over a point per game. So, who's to blame? I think if I were to put blame, I'm going to put 33% Yzerman, 66% team. I don't really put any blame on Todd McLellan. I think that he did a great job. I think he said the right things. I think he used the media properly to motivate his guys. I think he did. I think he did it right. I think he did a great job. I need a trade. I think you need to get rid of maybe Alex Tanguay. Power play did not look good this year. Penalty killing his work. Like, you need to be better at these types of things. You need to train. The issue is also it's a culture issue. Like, you need guys that, like, you need more mentality guys like DeBrincat. And actually, that's why I think yours potential to keep her on, because he's that good mentality. So, but like, I just don't know who has that. Who is bringing this down. And I'm looking at the list because you're looking at who's here, right? Supposedly Andrew Kopp's really great leader in their locker room. Like, DeBrincat, great probably leader as well. He's probably good there. Kane is probably a good leader too. Like, I don't want to say it's Larkin. Is it Lucas? Is it Seider? Is it? And I don't know if it's them. I imagine those guys look to Larkin, but you guys are wearing letters. Like, and I think Larkin's been a great lead by example player, which is great sometimes. But that's what people think about when they think about the Edmonton Oilers right now. And they're like, McDavid, great lead by example kind of guy. Like, but sometimes some guys need more. Like, they talk about Matthias Janmark being the janitor because he's getting the dirty places and doing the muck work, right? But supposedly he was the guys that really fired him up for their 2024 run, I think. Like, you need some depth guys to really kick in the ass. So, like, I think, and Kopp did a great job. Actually did have a pretty good year this year. He played really well with DeBrincat and Kane. But like, are you gonna expect a Carter Mazur to come in here and like kick the team in the ass? Are you gonna expect a Finney, a Marco Casper? Like, these guys are young guys that are looking to the leadership and saying, hey, like, what do we need to do? Right? Lucas Raymond's not really an outspoken guy. He's not gonna yell and scream. Like, is Seider, like, does Seider need to be more vocal? Does he need to take that that leadership? We know he can speak. Like, he's funny. Like, he can kind of, like, I think he can command a room as well. Because he's him or DeBrincat out of the MVP. Like, genuinely, Seider should be getting Norris votes this year. Like, I don't know if he should win it. I don't even know if he should be top 3, but like, he definitely should be getting some votes. Arguably one of the best defensive defensemen in the league. Plus, he has offense, right? I think he just hit a new point career high. I think he just hit a new career high this year. He's killing it, dude. At one point, his first year, he had 50 points. Now he has 60 points. There's still 2 games left, right? So the kid's getting so good. He's so freaking good, dude. And so, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm rambling. I think Yzerman. And by the way, talk about firing. I think he stays. I think Yzerman decides when he wants to leave the team. You don't retire a guy's number and then fire him. Supposedly, ownership is on the same pathway as him. Again, I am. Like, I think I'm not saying build to the draft because Yzerman said, I'm saying Yzerman was right. I also agree with that. Build to the draft. And so if Yzerman's no longer GM, it's because he doesn't want to anymore and he wants to go do something else, or he gets moved up to president, and because maybe a team's going to try and snatch up like Sean Horkoff or another AGM with Chris Draper, like, and then maybe they make Chris Draper GM, which I think Hockeytown would be. I think that the fans of Hockeytown, the people in Detroit, would be okay with. I think maybe that's the change you need to see. I think it happens either way next year. Because I think that if the Red Wings make the playoffs, there's gonna be people that are gonna want to snipe them and take them. So I can see that, and so I'm like, hey, like, I think you want to keep Draper. I think he's done a great job drafting. I like Horkoff as well, but I think he's done a great job with the Griffins. They've had a phenomenal year this year. So again, I'm not mad. I mean, again, would you like some more draftees to hit? Yeah, of course, right? But Yzerman they have not done that bad for drafting either. Like, so the idea is that you want at least one guy. So they say, in my opinion, your first round pick should hit. Like, I think your first round pick should hit. That should be an automatic. So if you look at what Yzerman, like, and if you get if you get at least one other guy out to the first round pick, in my opinion, is what's been sold, is that it's a win, right? So 2019, Yzerman drafted Seider, phenomenal. And they got Johansson and Soderblom. Boom. That's a win in that draft right there. So, and also Carter Gylander is looking good. He might end up breaking out. We'll see. He's in the AHL, kind of going to ECHL, AHL. He's looking really good. He's having really, really good numbers. So it's a win right there. 2020, Lucas Raymond. We're going to get Donovan Sabrango is in the NHL, but he's with Florida right now. I don't know about this one, but maybe William Linder makes it next year. That could be there. 21 draft looking good. You have Kosa, you have Mazer, you have Simon Evanson looking good. There's 3 right there. Shai Buium might end up making it as well. We'll see. 2022, we're getting a little late, or a little early, I guess. But like Anton Johansson's gonna look phenomenal. Like Amadeus Lombardi's looking good. He might get a contract next year. Dylan James just signed his entry level contract with the Red Wings too, right? So like Casper, like 2023 draft's looking phenomenal. You got Danielson, Axel Sini-Polika, Emmett Finney. Again, these guys take time. So it's just taking time to get these guys developed and everything. Again, Nygaard played last year. For 2024 draft, Nygaard played last year, or this year in the NHL. Max Plante just won the Hobey Baker, right? You have Andre Beecher's in the AHL. You have Landon Miller's looking phenomenal. Like these guys are starting to look good. Eddie Gemborg just signed. It's a 2025 draft. You have Carter Bear looks phenomenal in WHL. He's going to come up to the AHL after his season's over. Eddie Gemborg just came over to the AHL. Like Michael Prattle's looking good. Like, so there's a lot of, again, there's guys to be excited about. It's just, you need the translation. It is so exciting. It's unfortunate they traded a first round pick. And I've been looking forward to this youth movement, and I think it's been coming slowly, not as fast as I want it to. I thought the other rookies should be coming sooner. There was talks about that when Ken Holland was running the team, that they overripen players in the Grand Rapids Griffins. And by the way, Griffins look phenomenal. So like, give and take, but I'm ready for this team to like, I'm ready for them to take a step. I think you bring a bunch of rookies up. If you can't make a big trade, like if you trade for Robert Thomas, you're probably trading like a Trey Augustine, Danielson, and a first round pick. Like that's what you're trading, something like that. And that really shortens your window, right? Because now you're moving off a bunch of picks that you could use in the future, right? Mind you, Danielson's kind of like the swap for, you hope Danielson hits like a Robert Thomas caliber, like, that's his potential. And then so you're really moving off of like a goalie prospect, and like I said, some wingers and a first round pick. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with me for 40 minutes, just kind of ranting about this. Again, I think Yzerman keeps his job. He will dictate when he wants to leave. I think he eventually becomes president. I still believe in the Irish plan. Let me know if you do too. Again, it's heartbreaking, but I will see you when the season ends. Yeah. Go Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Hit like and subscribe. Bye.